Oh, God, it's been a week. I even took today off, and I'm still cashed.
Really?
It was 13 and a bit hours on Monday.
I slept like shit the first half of the night, and then I had a real. I zonked out. I never slept so hard. And 9:30, my eyes went boing. I'm like, what the hell's going
Oh,
on?
it just came up. Damn it.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Anyway,
Kick it.
Hendrix went on vacation, mini vacation, took his kid to Florida. I had to put air in his tires for him. Hopefully that worked out. I put 40 pounds on it.
He drove it today, so
Did he? Good.
God knows he couldn't drive his Jeep. It ain't got no fucking brakes.
The new, I can't. Is it the new one or is it her white one?
The new one.
Okay.
The new one, the brakes went out.
I thought the old one needed them too.
No, he just did the old one here.
A couple of years ago.
I thought he just brought his wife's Jeep over and did the freaking brakes like 3 weeks ago.
Nope. Supposed to.
Oh.
She needed it.
Well, she took the new Jeep to get the oil changed, and they wrote up everything, told her about the belt or something,
The brakes.
but didn't say anything about the brakes.
They wrote it on there.
Oh,
But they wrote it on there and flagged it as red, but the only thing they told her about was the belt.
Right. Well,
this just came across my TikTok feed the other day. Lady showed up with her car saying brakes are making a weird noise. Inspect and all that. They take it in, like he looks at it through the wheels, and the front's nice and looks like the Rocky Mountains topography. It's bad. Mm-hmm. And when you look through the back, there was no rotor. Took it into the shop. You know, metal on metal. We all know that sound.
Didn't hear a thing.
Raised it up. The back, all the rotor that was left was 2 paper thin sheets of steel, iron. And the front, there was no brake pad left. It was caliper on rotor.
on cooling fins.
No, at this point it was still on the rotor itself, not on the cooling fins. But the tires were decently new. So she took it in, got tires on it, but obviously refused the brake job to go with it.
Right. I only came in here for tires.
Don't try and upsell me. I know your game. Yeah.
Yep. That's funny.
But kick it.
At least, Liberty and Lead podcast. Keep it local. Keep it cash. Tell the feds to kiss your ass sometime.
I'm Moo.
I'm Trigger.
And I got gifts for you fuckers.
Oh, no. We talk cars, guns, politics, women. Oh, shit.
I Sharpied out all the relevant stuff.
Uh-huh.
It's a Christmas gift. And
Gotta show the camera that's coming in the factory pink packaging.
Olight Factory. One for you, and one for you.
A little Oleg the Clip Pro. Oh, yeah.
The fuck?
You clip it on your coat.
It's the Pro. It's got a better battery, brighter light. You pull the tab on the back.
Anywho,
But yeah,
Factory packaging.
yeah.
factory packaging. It came from Olight.
Oh, did it?
Ordered from Olight.
Okay.
I wasn't sure. That's why I was like,
I know.
Factory packaging.
Well,
so
you notice it's the same kind of packaging as my Arkfeld came in.
Yep.
Same kind of or pink bubble wrap, whatever the hell it is.
Look at that.
They're not wireless charging, unfortunately.
No.
They're USB-C, which all of our phones take.
Yep. Well, it's got a really nice door on it.
I don't know. I haven't bought one. But it's got the light modes, and it's got a red light on it.
Damn, sucker.
Try and triple tap.
Push and hold it.
Push and hold for a couple seconds. There you go.
That's brighter than my fucking
Push
tack
and
light I
hold.
bought.
Right.
It's got a blood light.
Push and hold. No,
It's
no.
got floodlight.
I mean, that's actually a decent amount of light for something so small.
Mm-hmm. And that's adjustable too. Damn, that gets bright.
Which
But-
one's it supposed to be on? The center or the...
Any of them.
Hold on.
The one to the right is the red.
Yeah, so the left, there's that one.
It's the little one.
Press and hold.
Okay, that's...
And then the middle, now that I can't see it with that light.
That's the flood. Let me flick around over to the
Decent amount of light.
spot.
nice.
So, does the red have multiple light settings? I actually didn't look too much into these before I bought them.
Yeah. What blinks? It
So-
blinks on bright. Jesus.
So,
On low.
hey, on the white light, like the big lens,
Yeah. That one.
can you triple tap it and see if it gets turbo?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, apparently not. Okay.
Oh wait,
Oh.
it does something.
No, that's
there we go.
strobe for a double tap. Well, Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
It's got a weird slow blink on triple tap.
It's no, it's for like a safety light if you're on a bicycle or something.
Oh, all right.
That's got a spring-loaded trap door.
Yeah. A real
Nice,
instead of the
yeah.
rubber. Yeah.
So that
So,
silicone that fails
Freaking-
after two
yeah,
uses.
Rubber plug thing.
So yeah, Merry Christmas.
Well, now we got to get you something.
I wear a 12-ounce beer.
Now I ain't got to rely on Ty to hold the freaking flashlight in the right damn
What the
spot.
fuck am I gonna do? What do you need me for?
Well, no, you just clip it on your shirt and stand there over
Oh,
your
yeah.
shoulder.
No.
We've been asked that by a lot of people. What
I
do you
think
need
you're
Ty
doing
for?
it wrong. I think you're doing it wrong.
Oh, that's a fucking stiffy.
Little fucker's heavy.
Yeah.
All I know is how much it weighed in the packaging. Oh, yeah. It had a longer battery life than the O clip, like the normal one.
Yeah. I was looking at them. You ain't messing around, brother.
Yeah, got them on sale. You know how cheap I
Black
am.
Friday.
Say us poor folk could use that for a money clip. Ty couldn't.
No, he could fit a
I
couple
got
$100
$20
bills
bill
in
in my
there.
pocket because
Hey.
Todd White just left.
I bet that right there wouldn't even cover all his daddy's credit cards.
Deep, deep. So,
Shit, it even has cord in the back.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You haven't bought anything Olite, have you?
Fuck no. Too cheap for that shit.
That was good stuff. I love my Olite stuff.
It's nice that they provide you the ability to charge the shit you bought from them for not an insignificant amount of money.
Right.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah?
Well,
I figured something you guys could all use.
I didn't really get any car gun topics, really. Dodge is coming out with their new engine. They're going to use the old engine, and they're doing a bunch of work to it to try to make it more efficient with the Cummins. So,
Oh, hold on. What was it?
because out of the big three, who do you think sold the most vehicles? Out of the 2,500, 3,500 segment.
This year or ever?
The last quarter.
Dodge.
Okay. No. Dodge was dead
I
last.
was going to say probably GM, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. By like 150,000 or so units.
I'm not surprised. I see so many of them, and it is what it is. I don't. You know, I know that we always screw around with each other, Ford versus Chevy versus Dodge, and to be honest, they all fucking break.
Oh, yeah.
They all become junk
Especially
at some
modern
point in their
ones.
damn life.
Right?
Huh?
Diesels are great, but they are expensive to fix.
Yes.
And when they're
Expensive
not-
to own.
When they're not deleted, they don't like to idle or drive in the city or drive on the highway or run.
Fuck your standard oil change on any diesel pickup is 16 quarts of oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16
4 gallons, 4
fucking
gallons.
quarts of oil.
Well, hold on. The 7.3, The lazy way of oil change is only 15 quarts.
Well,
because there's a quart in the H-pop, and I don't feel like going through the bullshit of draining
to be
that.
honest, my 6.0 was 15 quarts.
I always did 4 gallons.
But
My car, I put way too much Lucas in it this last oil change, and I'm actually thinking about changing it again with no Lucas because it's starting hard as shit. And it's got a good battery on it.
The last week,
I'm going to go ice this up.
what was it? When we had that Thanksgiving thing next door
last
Saturday.
Yep.
I noticed my car was very hard starting. The battery was definitely weak. And Sunday morning, I was already decided I was going to get a new battery for it because I knew that was on the way out. It's about time anyways. And then it didn't want to start. So I had to try and get the 7.3 to start in the cold after having not been plugged in for a while.
See, okay, now I will say one thing you got to think about with that whole situation there is, so you started it up, 3/4 of a mile down the road, drove down here, shut it off.
Yeah, it's not great.
Let it sit all night, or the whole time you were over here, start it up, drive 3/4 of a mile, shut it off.
I know, it's not great for the charging. I get that.
Not great on the car.
Well,
There's a dew in here you want?
no.
Nice,
Save that for a freaking rainy day.
But I understand that. But I've noticed even with work, it's hard starting when I get out of work. It just doesn't want to fire. New battery, fires up strong.
Oh, yeah.
And even on the way
Where'd you
here,
end up getting your battery?
Wally World.
Okay.
Well, dude, I did it right. The plan was to take all the tools with me, park over there by the auto center, pull the battery out of the Jetta, carry it inside, buy the new battery, turn in the core at the same time, go outside, install the new battery, and drive home. But then it didn't want to start, so I'm like, well, I guess I'm doing it with the truck. Pulled the battery.
Should have jump started and made them change it. They'll change it, won't they?
I don't know. I've never bought a battery at Walmart.
I bought 2. The battery that's in the vet and the one that's in my truck now. I bought their platinum. It was like $180. You know, I'm happy as shit with that thing. Because I got that plow on there. I wanted some...
I bought my batteries for my truck at Menards. I got the Exide freaking AGM batteries and that.
So I found a video of Trigger's brother.
Here we go.
$2.39 for a pop now, dude. $2.39 for a Mountain Dew? What's happening? Pretty soon, dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna switch. And you don't want me to switch, because I'm telling you, if I switch out of Mountain Dew gonna see a dent in that stock, dude. I promise you, my brother tells me all about stocks, and I know it's about money. And if you take my money away from buying all these Mountain Dew's gonna be like, dude, our numbers are down. Who's not buying this Mountain Dew anymore? And I'm gonna step up and be like, I'll tell you who it is. Me. Started to lose its taste around $1.50. I don't know what's going on with $2.39, but I'm telling you this, you're pricing out the common man. Now you're gonna have us all drinking water. Is that what you want? That's what I want to tell everyone at Mountain Dew. You want all these people walking around drinking water? Or do you want them drinking Mountain Dew? Because the last time I checked, water's free. Mountain Dew's $2.39. Go.
Is that not Trigger to a T?
Yeah. If you ever quit, they will probably send you a Christmas card. Please come home.
Probably have to file bankruptcy.
You do pound a lot of that shit.
So I saw some pretty tragic news this week. A young father was gunned down senselessly in a street. He was a beloved husband, father, and CEO of United Healthcare.
2 boys he left. You're right. There's no love lost.
All the comments I've ever seen, like the news stories about it, this tragic murder happened, senseless murder, and then all the comments are like, "Oh, I hope that ambulance was in network, and hope he met his deductible."
Say, I bet Blue Cross is giving their kids freaking free health care for life.
Well, so before this, Blue Cross Blue Shield was talking about restricting how much anesthesia could be used per operation. Like, per whatever operation, they had a set amount of anesthesia they would pay for. Because, the insurance company should really be the deciding factor of how long a surgery should take. Well, as soon as, like a day after all this happened, Blue Cross Blue Shield said, actually, we don't think that's such a good idea right now.
No.
Maybe the CEO didn't want to get gunned down in the street.
No, that wouldn't be it. It was definitely making a for-the-people business
Did you
decision.
see the numbers of the 62% denial rate on claims through United Healthcare?
It wasn't 62%.
I think it's probably higher than that.
No, it was lower. Actually,
Was it?
I found it.
So the bullets that he got shot with had the words
Denial.
deny, defend,
deny.
and depose
Yep.
on them. He scrawled the words right into the fucking bullets.
Was it into the casings or was it into the actual lead projectile? Because I don't think he had time to pick up his casings.
No, he didn't.
I don't think he cared to pick up his casings.
No, he didn't leave anything. So I have the article, one of them, from U.S. News. Police believe the gunman who killed United Healthcare CEO left New York City on a bus after the shooting. They traced him to the buses, and it goes everywhere in the United States, and then that's where they lost him.
Okay.
They do have a picture of his face, though, which is a bummer.
So,
I'm pulling for the guy. I don't like...
claim denial rates by insurance company, and this is based on the available in-network claim data for plans sold on the marketplace. Affordable Care Act. Blue Cross Blue Shield is at 17%. Anthem, which is Blue Cross Blue Shield but different somehow, is 23%.
Jesus.
Number one on the list is United Healthcare with 32% denials. That's the number one most denials.
And I've said it before. You look up, just Google search, worst healthcare insurance company. The top 5 are parts of United Healthcare.
Hendricks looked it up right after we got it, and he showed me. He goes, look at this. He sent me the link or whatever, and it's literally the worst in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you and I have.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have too.
You got it now too? That's right. You got like a spin-off of it?
It's a weird type of thing, but United Healthcare is like the broker of the thing. But somewhat related, I also saw this. You guys might consider this, considering you got expensive-ass kids.
We can't pew-pew every CEO. They're just going to find more. So your United Health Insurance claim got denied. Here is what you do. They call you. They tell you your claim has been denied. You say, thank you so much. I'm going to file a fair hearing trial. As soon as you say those magic 3 words, the insurance company is going to offer you an appeal, to which you are going to say, no, thank you, joker. I don't go back to my dirty exes either, because if your judgment was good enough the first time, we wouldn't be in this position. I don't need to give you a second chance. And then you're going to go online, you're going to Google fair hearing trial in your state. And then what's going to happen is the insurance company is going to have to bring their case to the state to prove why you don't need the service. And your doctor is going to give the evidence to support why you do need the service. Then the state is going to make a fair and unbiased decision, because their job is not to care about a national health insurance company, it's to care about their constituents. And sometimes, just the act of saying, I'm going to file a fair hearing trial and I will not settle for an appeal, is enough to motivate the insurance company. Let's not all become fugitives. Just Google fair hearing trial and your state.
Fair hearing trial. I'm going to have to remember
Fair hearing trial.
They're just dirty. All the
Now-
insurance, we've talked about it 100 times on here. The word insurance makes us see red.
Now, I meant to
Other-
look
what else?
up other companies on this today, but I'll be honest, I got lazy. United Healthcare, for the first 9 months of this year, they showed $299 billion in revenue. That's just money coming in. Doesn't include everything going out. $8.66 billion in profit. They showed 8 2/3 billion with a B in profit so far this year, and 232 billion of that was from premiums. Like, of the total revenue was from insurance premiums. So they're pocketing $8 billion, and they somehow think anyone's going to feel bad when their CEO gets shot on the side of the street. And people, like investors going to the meeting he was going to, were walking right fucking past him.
They said they were stepping over the blood puddles.
Nobody gave a fuck about this guy, and he didn't give a fuck about anybody. I'm all for companies making a profit, but $8 billion when you're denying 32% of claims,
And
get
it's not good
fucked.
business ethics to freaking not make money. You're
Yeah.
in business to make money, but
I'm all for businesses making money, but when a third of your insurers, not your insured parties, when a third of them are getting denied claims that are usually valid claims, there's something going wrong, and you're pocketing that much. Cut that down to $1 billion in profit. You're still doing great for the shareholders. There's no denying you're doing good for the shareholders at $1 billion in profit. Right. And that's $7 billion left to go towards, the shit you're supposed to be paying for. So, while I don't condone senselessly murdering somebody, if things don't change, I'm not going to be sad if someone shoots the next CEO.
The comments on it are, some of them are pretty priceless.
Gold.
Yes. So I commented on one that I said, I happen to work for a corp that has this insurance, and it is absolutely trash. And I had a bunch of people come on after that. Some were going, no, I have it, and it's great. Most of them were like, yeah, we have the same shit, and you're right, it is garbage. It was pretty popular. It took off. So I got a lot of love. I got a little bit of hate on that one.
But at the same time,
I put a whole long paragraph.
Dude, I was not sad to see that happen. Like, this is one of those uniting things where, like, the socialists and the sensible conservatives are all like, hey man, you played with fire, you fucked around and you found out.
Some of those comments are like, it's senseless murder, it's an assassination, it's bad. And then there were some of them are, did he deny somebody? Did his wife hire him killed? Did the chances of him denying somebody and then getting retribution on it, or that?
Chances of him denying somebody, slim to none.
Yeah, he's
his
not
company and the way
yeah.
he's got his company set up. Very good chance.
The company he is the head of.
Look at the presidency. Nobody assassinates the press secretary.
Right.
They go after
right.
the head of the company.
Well, in fairness,
Nobody
with the
gives a shit
current
about
press, currently with the press secretary, getting rid of her would be doing a favor for the Biden administration, and no one's willing to do that.
They tried, remember? The Carrot Top, the black woman that then they offer her other jobs.
Yeah,
she's like, no, I like
they tried to do it,
right,
but no one's going to try and offer for them.
Right.
No, you're going to live in this bed. This is the DEI bed.
Yeah.
But so the comments. Here's the comments on one where the alleged assassin's picture. They're looking for people to help identify it. I just checked, and any claim to have seen him has been denied. I've never seen this woman in my life. Oh, thoughts and co-pays to the family. Oh, yeah. Don't think the public will help much on this one. If you recognize this guy, no, you don't. Yeah, I'm not in network to be seeing him. What do you mean? This is just a blank screen. The public isn't in network to help. Did the police file a claim first? Looks like a 5'2" Asian woman to me, likely in her late 60s. No one, and I mean no one, has seen this man. My empathy is out of network.
Here's mine that I put on this one. Not sorry. I have his insurance, and it's absolutely trash. Has been for years, not just recently. My small piece of my corporation has 200-ish people locally, and every single one of them hates United Healthcare because they do not cover a damn thing.
My comment on one of them was, it looks like, I think I recognize the guy. I think his name is Brian Thompson. Look, man, everyone can agree. Fuck that guy. I get he's got a wife and kids that are left behind, but you know those kids are going to grow up one day and realize who their father really was, like as a businessman.
I'm sure they're going to go through life having to hear who he was.
Okay.
Now, that being said, I don't want anyone to berate his kids.
Right.
They
That's
had
not their
no
fault.
control
Their dad
over
was
this piece of shit. Sorry, CEO of a shit comp.
There you go.
I don't condone just open murder, assassination, premeditated, whatever.
Except pedophiles, right?
Okay, I'll give you that one. But on the other hand is karma.
Yeah.
And you reap what you sow.
So your grunt said something the other day that I didn't hear quite yet at the time, but now I'm actually have heard it a few times. So United Healthcare is trying to not only boost their profits by telling you tough shit, they're boosting their profits by getting rid of the meat in a seat. They're doing everything artificial intelligence, AI. His grunt says, yeah, so the AI is starting to learn and hate people throughout the process, and it's automatically denying. Its job is to deny. The word insurance might as well be synonymous with deny. Auto.
Just
health,
start calling it denial.
home, whatever. Yeah. Deny insurance. I don't know.
Denial. Just call it denial.
Yeah. So, I mean, the guy wrote on the fucking bullets, whether it's the casings or the bullets, probably the casings because
I like
I'm sure
casings.
yeah. Deny, defend, and depose.
Well,
I'm sure that is in the bylaws of that corporation somewhere, and he read it.
So, it's got to be on the casings. It was, I think I read 9mm. Little tiny round.
God's around.
And when it hits clothes and body, it's going to deform the round. It's going to be damn near impossible to read anything that didn't rub off. So it was definitely written on the casings, found on the street. And then NYPD was, I'm sure, upset to find out that nobody would help them at all with this situation.
Here's from that U.S. News, just a paragraph. And the words deny, defend, and depose were scrawled on the ammunition. 2 law enforcement officials told the AP on Thursday. The messages mirror the phrase delay, deny, defend, which is commonly used by lawyers and critics about insurers that delay payments, deny claims, and defend their actions. That's where it came from.
Yep. And
I wrote the notes. I took the screenshot, but
now insurance companies are definitely backpedaling on some of their recent decisions.
so it worked. Did it work enough? I don't think it worked enough. So insurance CEOs.
Well, I guess some other people need to start stepping up. Maybe we'll see more. And not just for this company.
The guy had to be either hired or he got, like his son must have gotten fucked over royally. So they're probably looking into all those accounts. Are we moving on from that?
Well, real quick. So apparently the lowest denial rate is a insurance company called Kaiser Permanente. It's a California insurance company.
It's what
7%.
our company gets for our California employees.
Serious?
7%. It's the lowest on the marketplace.
But it's only available for California residents.
Okay. Well then.
But, I mean, Blue Cross Blue Shield is way down here, and Anthem is up there, but Medica is almost as bad as United at 27% denial.
Shit, we used to have Anthem. That's only 2 better.
What is the difference between Anthem and...
Anthem is California-based also.
No, what's the difference between Anthem and Blue Cross? Because it's all the same.
It's like Blue Cross Blue Shield, Blue Care Network. They're all owned by the same company. They're 2 completely different insurance companies.
Corewell Health owns one now too, I think.
Aetna
Maybe something like that.
or Care Source. I don't know. No, Cigna. I don't know. There's a lot of different insurance companies. I'm not like... If you look at the logo for Anthem Insurance, it's got the Blue Cross Blue Shield logo right next to it.
Because Anthem is what we had before we went to...
When I first got hired in with
Useless
this
ass.
place, it was Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Yeah.
See, when I got hired in, it was Blue Cross Blue Shield Anthem.
I think it's Priority Health is the one that Corewell's got their hands in.
This one's not on there, but
Priority Health is based out of Michigan, so probably.
Yeah.
either way,
How about another story?
no one's that sad about that. Go ahead.
No, I'm not.
Judge dismisses manslaughter charge in Daniel Penny trial after jury deadlock. So for context, Daniel Penny was the guy that put the other guy on the bus in a headlock and killed him because he was trying to rape somebody, wasn't he?
Don't know nothing about it.
He was going fucking nuts on a train. And did you say they came to a verdict, or are they still deliberating?
Well, the judge overseeing the trial of Daniel Penny, the man accused of using deadly chokehold on Jordan Neely last year on a New York City subway, dismissed a manslaughter charge in the case Friday after jurors said they were deadlocked. The decision, which came at the request of the prosecutors, means jurors will consider only the lesser charge of criminally neglect homicide. It carries a maximum sentence of up to 4 years. Jurors were not told that the prosecutors made the request. Penny has pleaded not guilty, as he should have. He was saving someone.
Hold on.
It was defense.
Why did it even go to trial?
Thank you. Because it's a fucking New York. That's why.
Same way Kyle Rittenhouse ever went to trial. Same reason.
Yes, 7 women and 5 men will resume deliberations Monday. They twice sent a note to the judge Friday, one in the morning and another in the afternoon, saying they could not come to a unanimous decision on the top charge of manslaughter in the second degree. After the first note, Judge Maxwell Riley read jurors what is known as the Allen charge, official instructions to continue deliberating with an open mind to reach a unanimous verdict. They couldn't. Before deliberations began Tuesday afternoon this week, Wiley told the jury that they must come to a unanimous decision on the manslaughter charge before it would be allowed to consider criminally neglect homicide. They were also instructed to decide whether Penny's actions caused Neely's death, and if so, whether he had acted recklessly and in an unjustified manner.
No,
He
Neely's
was trying to fucking rape someone.
Neely's actions caused death.
Neely's death.
Thank you. Absolutely. It goes on and on, but the case became a flashpoint in the long-standing debates over racial justice and safety within the city's subway system, as well as the city's failures in addressing homelessness and mental illness, both of which Neely struggled with.
That's the government's fault for closing down and not having a better mental health fucking system.
No, they have a mental health system. They got denied by Brian fucking Thompson. Sorry.
Okay.
Well,
I can't argue with that. I can't.
since we're talking about the courts, I also found this one this week.
So the DOJ might be ripping up the Biden pardon, which has never happened in presidential history, but they're claiming that there has never been a pardon like this in presidential history, and it actually misrepresents the law, and here's why. A president has the ability to pardon specific crimes by name. So it's true that Biden could go through and pardon every crime and every allegation and conviction on the books for Hunter now, but he cannot pardon a time frame because pretty soon Biden will leave office, and with that, his ability to pardon as a president. The reason why they're not allowing him to pardon a time frame is because, let's say in a year or two or a couple of years, they discover that there's a whole bunch of dead bodies in Hunter Biden's backyard, and that all of these killings happened in like the summer of 2015 through 2018. Well, because Biden pardoned his son from 2014 to 2024, now all of these pardonings that were supposed to involve a gun charge and drugs and tax evasion and money laundering and all this other stuff would now pardon serial killings, which were not known and may not have been pardoned. But at the same time, Biden no longer is in office, is not have the ability to pardon, and a future president may look at those charges and say, no, 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 no. He will be charged, he will be convicted for those killings. So they are saying right now, as a president, you can look at all of the crimes on the book and pardon all of those, and that will stand. But you cannot pardon a time frame, because if there are any unknown crimes that have happened in that time frame, they would be written off the books, and they may be too big to pardon. It's so interesting. It keeps getting juicier, and we'll see what happens next.
Okay. I hate that too. I hate the fact that he got pardoned, but we all knew it was going to happen. Actually, some guy wanted a shit ton of money.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Yep, I'm gonna do it.
Some guy wanted a shit ton of money.
I've been very
because
clear.
He bet on it and won. But
I've been very clear. He's not going to pardon. I've been very clear.
Mm-hmm.
What about Fauci? Now they're trying to pardon Fauci. Give him a blanket pardon, because he didn't do anything wrong, right?
Lied to the entire
Crimes against
fucking world.
humanity, you fucking asshole.
Crimes against humanity, crimes against people's businesses, crimes against people's fucking health.
I actually just saw that.
Forced people to take a freaking vaccine that's untested and killed so many damn people.
Oh, yeah.
They killed more people with the fucking vaccine than they did with the damn freaking virus.
Oh, it killed more people than Hitler.
I was seeing something that. What was it? That the COVID lockdowns were obviously detrimental for kids' ability to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But red states who went back to school sooner actually show a lot better progress, like a lot better education out of the students, because they went back to school sooner than blue states. So blue states are falling behind because they were dumb enough to fall for the lockdowns to begin with. Blue states were all in for that lockdown. They were all for keeping it as long as possible, and they're paying the price for it. They'll pay the price for it in 14 years when the kids finally hit the world.
Before we, maybe I'll just save all the fun stuff for the second one. Let's keep on the bullshit. I got some stuff with Hendrix. He renewed his ITC, so if you need the discounts for the early access, stuff like that. We'll go over that. Other news has been just absolute fucking trash. What do you got?
Well, I found a couple things on Facebook that where good ideas go to die. But so this lady, I'm guessing it's a lady, posted on Reddit. Someone screenshot it and posted it for everyone to laugh at. It's I Hypocrite shared it so everyone could laugh at it. So she posted, every day for the past month, I've heard students nonstop joking about P. Diddy, Epstein, and R. Kelly. When a student has to go take a piss, he tells his friend group, 1 minute, bro, I got to pull an R. Kelly. They say no Diddy like it's another version of no homo. One student was messing with the computer, spamming the Windows error, and said, this is how Stephen Hawking was moaning in those kids' ears at Epstein Island. And I've probably heard ain't no party like a Diddy party 1,000 times this month alone. I'm just tired of it all.
Speaking of Diddy parties, have you talked to your kid about school topics at all lately? There's at least one kid that they're in class with that's pregnant. Yours told mine that there's two. Yep. It's 8th fucking grade. Ionia Middle School. Ryan, man, what?
Ryan, I thought you were better than this.
I mean, it's not his fault.
I know.
But Bianca said the girl that is for sure pregnant is a real sweetheart. Super innocent, super everything. But her boyfriend is a piece of trash. and he's a player. And me and Mom are like, listen, you don't want to do that shit because it'll ruin your life. And it will. Well, this kid's...
Did you look at your daughter and be like, it'll ruin your life? Trust me.
Wink, wink. I mean, it's the same story. Don't have kids. I wouldn't trade mine for the world.
That being said,
Don't have kids.
if you knew what that quick romp in the backseat of a Sebring would lead to,
Yeah. I'm all right with it. I'm happy with it. No, but
Think of how much
I'm pissed
money
at
you
the
could
fact
have.
that it could have happened to her. It could have happened to yours. And they're going to keep it. I mean, when it comes to things like that, a 12 or 13-year-old little girl...
The girl's going to keep it. The boy's going to take off.
Jackpot. So the whole topic of abortion, that's why I've never had a say in it. I've never come out and said good or bad. And I'm not doing that tonight. But is that an option? It could have been. What would I do in that situation? I'm not answering that.
well, actually, it still might be, because one of the things that every state unanimously agrees with is for the health of the mother, they will abort a pregnant. Even the most staunch anti-abortion states, if it's for the health of the mother, they'll allow it because it's the health of the mother.
Well, that's you talking. Now, if I go talk to, say, your ex, I get a different story.
Yeah, but think of where she gets her information. Chinese News Network.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Jesus, dude, you make it?
I just sneezed.
Oh. Sounded like you were blowing it right out.
But, yeah, she also thinks it needs to be codified into law at the federal level, and that Trump's going to still take away her right to abortion, even though
He's not even going to open that page.
he doesn't want the federal government to have a say in it. He made it, well, actually the Supreme Court under him made it a state's issue. Even if he wanted to ban it at this point, he couldn't fucking do it because it's the Supreme Court's decision. Same with Kamala. She couldn't have put it back into law because the Supreme Court has to make the decision.
Who hopes a bunch of the blue-leaning Supreme Courts retire in the next 4 years?
They're all getting up there.
Uh-huh. Because that would...
Well,
Remember, he was going to stack the fucking deck and do like 24 Supreme Court justices or some crazy shit?
Well, there was a lot of discussion there for a while because the amount of Supreme Court justices is not set in stone. They can add more. So there was discussion like Biden or Kamala would add a bunch of seats so they could put Democrats in them.
Yes.
And then stack the Supreme Court the way they want it to push through whatever they wanted to. So,
However, the magic number of 12 is also the magic number of jurors. So if we get, say, 24 Supreme Court justices, do we get 24 peers? And now we're going to end up with a deadlocked, just like Daniel Penny ended up with?
I will say, maybe we should bump 12 to 13 for Supreme Court and jurors, because you always got a deciding vote.
I don't think it's ever had a problem. Have they ever had a problem?
Usually, I think they need unanimous. Greater than 50. Or everybody. They need everybody to vote the same, especially for like death penalty. They need everybody's got to agree
and that'll
to this.
never happen. That'll never happen because there's too many.
But
Yes.
with 12, a supermajority is 8. A supermajority is 66% or more. Which is also how you're able to I think, if I remember correctly, the Congress and Senate can overturn a presidential veto for a bill with a supermajority. Good luck getting a supermajority when it's as divided as it is, but if it's something that they feel strongly enough about, a supermajority can push through a veto. If I remember correctly. It's been a long time.
I'm gonna open this fridge up for a minute.
But
some heat in it.
something I was curious about,
So the fridge takes off.
So the Supreme Court, Congress and Senate cannot overturn a presidential pardon. But what I'm not 100% sure about is, can a president overturn a presidential pardon?
Well, that's what that guy was just saying.
Well, no, he was saying DOJ said you cannot say a time frame. You have to list off all the crimes.
Be pardoned for specific crimes.
So there's no big blanket.
That were committed.
There's no big blanket. So what I wonder is, can the next president step in and say, no, we're going to charge all of these. I'm overturning the pardon. Congress can't do it.
I don't think they can. They shouldn't be able to. However, they shouldn't be able to. They need to list every crime. I want to know exactly what he did. All the Americans should know exactly what crimes they want to cover up.
What I wonder is,
and I want to know how deep they go, because damn well Joe Biden is guilty as sin of a lot.
Mm-hmm. What I wonder is, why did nobody on the left pitch at all of a fit that he was trying to blanket 10 years of criminal activity? Why did none of them say...
They don't want to nitpick in instances. No, he raped this girl, he raped that girl. I got $10 billion back from fucking Zelensky.
Wow, more than that. We sent $100 billion over there. I bet he probably pocketed a fair amount.
Yeah, I would say half of it. There was people saying that, like, it's going to come out. I know for a fact, and it's going to come out that they.
But
sent money
something
back.
else was also brought up last week. That why is it that they found Biden was mentally unfit to stand trial for, I think it was the classified documents case, or whatever other case they were bringing against him, but he's still mentally competent to run a country and authorize the use of weapons between the Ukraine and Russia? Like, that won't go horrifically wrong for all of us?
Yep.
And since all of that happened and everything popping off in the Ukraine, the questions come up, why is there a 3-month waiting period? 2 months. Why is there a 2-month waiting period?
That's a good. That's a pretty good fact.
From when the president is chosen to
from when all the votes are tallied till the inauguration and he actually takes office.
It's like 3.5 months.
November 5th.
It's 2.5 months.
December 5th.
Okay.
January 5th. It's 2.5.
Okay.
But why is there a big gap there? I get it. You got to get some of your stuff in order because you're about to move and you got to get 1,000 cabinet picks. There's a lot of stuff to go on.
When you buy a house, they give you 90 days.
A lot of them are 30 days till close.
Yeah.
And then, when you're a president, the guy that just lost and is not going to be there anymore still has full power to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Oh, he's using it. He's pardoning son Fauci. He's
sending
taking
money elsewhere.
They're dumping cash. What's the guy's name? They're denying his. He wants to send as much cash over to Zelensky as he can right now, in those 2.5 months. What's the guy's name? He's in charge of the Senate or House. I don't remember his name. He took over. God, I'm drawing a blank now. I just seen it the other day. He goes, "No, we're not sending any money over. We're gonna let the next president decide, and that ain't gonna happen." I'm like, "Ooh, good. We're done." We've already sent so much cash over there. Will we ever bounce back from that?
Oh, bounce back from it? Yes. In 150 years, as long as we don't send another dime over there.
No, 150 years, as long as we get our deficit down to 0. If we can get our national budget, like our deficit, out of the red, then we could probably do it in 150 years.
I'm
Good
counting on
luck.
Elon and the other guy to freaking...
Vivek.
Yeah. Trim the fat and get us going.
The Speaker of the House, that's who it was. Mike Johnson. He's the one that came out and said that. He goes, "Yeah, we're not doing that. Not till we get the next administration in there. Then we'll figure out what to do."
We don't need you trying to line your fucking pockets right before you leave.
I mean, they have this long. Why slow it down now?
And they're probably going to have Hunter go through and freaking plant coke all over the White House the day that freaking Trump gets in there. So they can go back through and find it. Oh, Trump's got coke in the White House.
I think Trump's people are smart enough to go sweep this bitch. Every inch of it. And then and you know what? When they do, if that wasn't the original plan, they're going to find his coke somewhere. Residue of it somewhere.
Well, they need to go through the White House when they're done, or before Trump gets in there and freaking
No.
set off a bunch of EMPs to get all the freaking bugging devices out of there.
That no shit.
What they need to do is right before. I'm sure there's going to be an overlap there. If Hunter Biden is there after Trump takes over, he needs to be searched thoroughly. If you find even residue on him,
They should.
hey,
be doing
look,
it every
we got a
day.
new federal crime for you.
Searched. I was thinking he needs to be arrested and tried
No,
and
hold
put to
on.
death.
Arrested, stored for trial at Gitmo, and then tried at Gitmo.
Put him in the ice box.
Is Gitmo even open? I know Obama wanted to shut it down, but
Oh yeah, Gitmo's open.
he also wanted to not have a war in the Middle East, which is why he dropped more bombs than any other president in the Middle East.
Well, the blue side's always been for war. War pays, medical pays, denials pay on that topic. And denial kills.
Since I mentioned Gitmo,
Yep.
I just remembered there's a thing, waterboarding at Gitmo at Guantanamo Bay. Sounds like a lot of fun, as long as you don't know what either of those things are.
Yeah.
Oh man, other screenshots I've taken or notes. All my notes are going to be for the fun episode. I don't want to talk politics on the next one. I'm going to try to avoid it. We need to try to avoid it just because I think.
All right. Since we're on the more serious one, for some reason, it's not unexpected. I get lefty shit coming to my Facebook feed once in a while.
Shocker.
I know, you can't get away from it on Facebook. Elon Musk had tweeted out, "For those wondering, I will pay over $11 billion in taxes this year," and that was posted in 2021, I think. For some reason, the screenshot just came up. Someone replied, "That's 4.5% of your net worth. You paid 3.27% between 2014 and 2018, and no federal taxes at all in 2018. You made $36 billion in one day in 2021. Most U.S. people pay 10 to 37% in Fed taxes and up to 13.3% in state taxes. Stop vying for sympathy from people who pay and pay." Now, you can tell she's a lefty because she didn't think it through. He paid 4.5% of his net worth. Not how much he made that year, his net worth, which includes stock options he made as several CEOs at the same time. And everything like that, his house, all this other stuff he's got going on for him is part of his net worth. Well, yeah, you're not taxed on your net worth. You're taxed on how much you make. Salary. $11 billion a year in taxes is a fuck of a lot of money. But what she also doesn't understand is he owns a bunch of large companies that employ a lot of people. So yeah, he's paying out the most in taxes, but he's also employing a fuck ton of people. SpaceX hiring a bunch of engineers. Tesla and their gigafactories. I mean, yeah, parts of it are automated, but you can't get an auto factory that's not automated.
But there's a huge group of people that need to villainize him. And they're going to use numbers to do it.
They're going to use numbers because people on the left are not good at numbers.
Yeah, you're right. They're just
They're smart, but they're
scare tactics
fucking-
with numbers, and they're going to.
They're educated, but they're fucking dumb.
by not telling everyone the whole truth. Right.
What was it?
Rotten.
80% of statistics are lies. Dude, it just goes on. The X fell for all that shit. She was
80% of the bullshit that I spew is 100% bullshit.
But, you know, my ex was definitely hardcore into the entire leftist bullshit.
No.
Oh, you think?
I know, it's so hard to
No,
believe.
but we are the ones that are wrong.
Yeah.
You were wrong. Mm-hmm. Where are we sitting?
55.
Not bad.
But
Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that shit.
we'll watch that on the lighthearted one.
I've
Maybe
got
not.
the one that I posted with the landman talking about the fucking windmills.
Yep.
I'm gonna hold the speaker up to the microphone again for that one.
You got the
When we come
video
back. I can do it
saved.
now. I can do it now. It just makes a lot of sense.
Oh, it does.
But
100%
it's
right.
funny because those same leftists are like, no, that's bullshit. How? Let me turn this off.
Hold
And
on.
if they knew how much the cement mixers, how much the maintenance on those cement mixers are that
Hey.
haul in the fucking concrete, the
They don't
trucks
burn
that
fuel.
haul in the,
They don't burn fuel though.
Send
they
me
run
the,
on windmills.
They run on magic fairy dust.
send me the video on Insta.
Of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just a file, right?
No, the amount of freaking
I just saying that my post.
oil that freaking cement truck uses, the grease on the chains, the grease on the driveline, the transmission fluid.
900 gallons of oil for a fucking oil change on those things. I think it's what they said.
On the windmill? Holy shit.
Yeah. I think that's what I remember. But you airplay it up there.
I'm trying to get it to work.
I can just hold up the microphone. They're gonna hear the same thing.
Well, I mean, if I can get it to AirPlay up to there, then we can stitch this into video a lot easier.
Yeah, all right.
But I don't see an option for that on here.
Connected to.
It says it's connected. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can do screen sharing.
But no, they're not wrong with the grease system to keep the bearings good. Okay, but when
Concrete,
that,
12 foot deep, 400 foot tall. They needed to rent a 450 foot crane.
just to lift the fuck thing up
Once
there.
again, that runs on magic fairy dust.
Yep. You got oil and freaking grease and diesel fuel. You got rubber and you got the freaking rubber tires,
In that-
which are petroleum based.
That particular instance, it only runs. Those windmills are only for the oil industry. But we have them up here in Mount Pleasant,
St.
Alma.
Louis.
Yeah,
Yep.
those are for
They're up
those
to
are for
Ludington, Pentwater.
what? 20 years, 40 years, 20.
What,
What's
life
the-
expectancy?
Yeah, lifespan. What is that?
They're like freaking 14 or 16 year life expectancy.
Then what do we do with them? They were burying them. However, now I believe they're grinding them up and using them in concrete
Yep.
for fiber mesh.
Yep.
So okay, that's good.
That's
that's
the first
but there's still a fucking huge
renewable source for them. The rest of the time they've just been freaking digging holes and burying them. Now they've been
12
grinding them.
foot.
There's only one company in the freaking world that grinds them up to
Wasn't
put
that
them in the
Elon's
concrete.
company?
I don't
I can't
know.
remember. Now, are they reusing the footings? What are
Hey.
they? 40 foot across, 12 foot deep? Because I mean, they got to be massive and stupid fucking heavy.
They got to be.
They gotta be-
12 feet deep.
I would think so too.
I mean,
'Cause
they're
those things
holding
are
up
like
400 foot.
the
freaking-
ones up here are not. There's no way they're 400 feet tall. That ain't happening. They can't be. 400 feet is a long fucking ways, and it's only one blade. Let's look.
I
think
now let's
the-
go on.
I
When
think
we,
the
when we go on
blades-
break, we'll look and see how tall these fucking things are.
I think
here.
the blades are 150 foot long. Each blade.
No way.
I
We went up there for something a long time ago, and we were just going down the road. Well, things like people when they're ways away, they look the size of ants. When they're closer, they look bigger. Bianca's in the back. She goes, "This one's their king. It's the biggest because it was the closest one." Like, oh, that's funny, honey. I'm like, no, that's not how that
Nice.
works. This one's their king. I'm gonna grab some fucking Allen wrenches and tighten this chair up on the brake too.
Well, you probably exceeded its weight capacity, buddy.
Well, I keep sitting here reeking back and forth because I can't sit still, tapping my foot and leaning back, whatever.
I'm in the same boat.
Are you still fucking with that thing?
Ooh, we're getting there.
I mean, I'll do it if you don't.
Doesn't want to start. Hold on. Oh, this might work now. Nope. Are you able to cast to the TV?
Yeah. Disconnect.
I'm off.
All right. Let's see what we got. Smart view. Volume all the way up. Here it is. I probably have to hit OK. Oh. It's thinking about it. Come on, baby. I think it's having trouble because yours. There it goes. Bam. I think it rolled now. Okay.
Are the oil wells?
They use alternative energy. There's nothing clean about this.
No.
God, they're massive.
Sorry about
400 feet tall. The concrete foundation covers a third of an acre and goes down in the ground 12 feet.
Okay.
Who owns them?
Oil companies,
It's
we're using
steamy.
the power of the wells. No electricity out here. We're off the grid.
They use clean energy to power the oil wells.
They use alternative energy. There's nothing clean about this.
Please, Mr. Oilman, tell me how the wind is bad for the environment.
When we come back from break, I'll play it off my phone. It'll be clear.
Do you have any idea how much diesel they have to burn to mix that much concrete? Or make that steel and haul this shit out here and put it together with a 450-foot crane? You want to guess how much oil it takes to lubricate that thing? Or winterize it? And its 20-year lifespan, it won't offset the carbon footprint of making it. And don't get me started on solar panels and the lithium in your Tesla battery. And never mind the fact that if the whole world decided to go electric tomorrow, we don't have the transmission lines to get the electricity to the cities. It'd take 30 years if we started tomorrow. And unfortunately for your grandkids, we have 120...
God, they're massive.
400 feet tall.
Yeah.
I'll find the other one because the other one's going to be the full length of it.
But
Still, it's all 100% true.
Oh,
you know,
I mean, maybe not the exact dimensions of the footings or whatever, but still,
well,
the petroleum that it takes to build what they're fucking
Won't
using,
offset building it.
they're using it as an alternative energy
So-
source to power the shit where there is no fucking grid infrastructure.
so when they built these up in Gratiot County, they had to build a second off ramp off 127. That's a lot of fucking diesel to build a new off ramp just so the tail, I can't think of the stinger, whatever the hell it's called, the tail piece for these 120-foot blades could have its own path up the ramp.
The realists, like us, understand what it takes to make those and make them work. And put them into
Dude, I
use.
I delivered to the construction yard in Gratiot that was building them. They leased a part of a farmer's field, dumped gravel over the entire fucking thing, like trucked gravel in, dumped it over part of this field that they leased, so they could bring in a on-site concrete production facility. They were making concrete at the construction yard, flatbeds full of all the pieces to build the fucking towers. Then the blades are brought in. They only get one blade on a truck. Yeah, it's light. It's 120 feet long. The blade itself.
That is two
A
big semis long.
A special, I mean, they had to build a special freaking trailer to haul it because the only thing connecting the front to the back is the fucking blade.
And it's not structural. Not that structural. and they had to build a second off ramp because with how long it is, if they tried to take it up the normal off ramp, you're gonna have a huge logistical issue with all that tail swing. And when they went down all these roads, if they had to do a turn at an intersection, they had to get the utility companies out there to move utilities out of the way. And those trucks can only move one blade at a time. So for each tower that they build, you got 3 trucks hauling just the blades down.
And that's not counting the 3 sections of the post. I mean, each section of the freaking main post is 150 foot.
Yeah.
And those are a specific freaking built trailer too, with a rear freaking steering. You got to have somebody manning that steering. That's extra tires also on the fucking ground.
I've got that actual scene up on YouTube here. I can play it when we come back from break. And listen to the whole thing. The whole thing, and I'll play it up here on my phone, so it's not up on the fucking TV. It's hard to hear.
We'll do that for us, but we'll do that separate. But either way, these fucking towers are
expensive.
They're expensive. They don't last long. If you go up to Gratiot County most days, they only run those towers, the wind turbines, when they need it. Like in times of peak demand is when they run them, so they don't have to go out and maintain them so much.
But then there's also this.
Because you're sending some dude out there in a gas pickup
with
a big old 5-gallon pail of grease to fucking slop it all over to keep that shit running.
The farmers that allowed this to happen and allowed these to be built and did their land lease and all that shit hate them because they're so fucking loud they can hear them in their fucking house.
And they're killing a ton of birds.
And you just know there's some fucking guy from OSHA standing there with his clipboard saying, I've never done your job before, but my clipboard says you're doing it wrong. Get back down here and grease it right.
Well, that guy from OSHA, while they were building it, probably saw the farmer driving a tractor and not wearing a seatbelt, and, whoa, this is my job now.
Yeah.
You're in a construction site, you need to wear a hard hat, sir?
Where's all your PPE? Rubber gloves, your fucking metal toe covers, and...
Yeah. Sir, you can't have an open beer in the cup holder. Man, fuck you, I'm on my own farm.
I would totally fucking... Dude, I almost beaned that fucking guy today at Menards. When we come back, there's another story. I went to Menards today, and in my mind, this week, I have fantasized about beating someone to fucking death no more than I have this week. Today was no exception. I was ready to take one of those fucking C4 energy drinks and just start beating this fucking guy today.
So
like a Twisted Tea?
It was bad. Yes. That's exactly as soon as I seen what he did, I fantasized of taking that and clocking him with that fucking thing, just like the Twisted Tea thing. But I probably wouldn't stop. I'd probably get the can open and slices. Yeah, dude, it was.
But since we're a little pissy too, the road commission, Ionia County, we got a snowstorm the other day, and it's weird. You said Kent County, the roads were just wet. Clinton County, when I went to work, the roads were just wet. Ionia County, I was 2-tracking it the entire time.
We're broke.
That was happening, and then that afternoon, I was delaying a little bit at work. Not that I would do that. I'm scrolling my phone, and I saw a local Facebook page post asking why the salt trucks keep dumping salt down the middle of the road and not spreading it across the lane. Allegedly, the theory is so that it'll melt and drain across the road and salt the entire road that way. Well, if you just spread it across the road, it'll melt it all at the same time, and we're not riding on a sheet of fucking ice the entire goddamn morning. That's besides the point. But people on there were getting real defensive. Like, you guys don't know what it's like to be you don't know all that goes into being a salt guy and all this other dumb snow removal shit. And all I can think is, Ionia County has, 15 miles of interstate in its entire county?
No, we got more than that.
No, we have 96.
Yeah.
It's 15, 20 miles. It's Saranac to just past Portland.
Yeah, 2 different directions, so 30.
Okay, 30 miles of interstate. total,
Now
and
I'm curious.
they cannot seem to maintain
We're
that to an acceptable degree. And it looks bad when Kent County on one side and Clinton County on the other, the roads are wet. You cross in Ionia County, it's a sheet of icing or 2-track in it.
Hang on. When you hit Ionia County, hang on. You're right.
Yeah, you cross
always
that
been
county
that way.
line, your car's going to start shimmying.
And see,
Again-
the other morning when I went to work, the worst roads I got onto were Kent County.
I picked Hendrix up Thursday morning. Yesterday morning. I took him yesterday morning?
Yeah,
Yesterday.
Thursday morning was the worst I had, and that was Kent County. But that was getting on to M6 off of 96, all the way to Broadmoor, and then Kraft.
I didn't take Kraft because it was muddy the night before, but it was probably frozen at that point in time. But the night before it was just covered in mud.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going that way.
I took the back way to get to the interstate like I normally do Thursday morning. And with the cross breeze and the snow blowing across,
Drifting?
I got to David, and I started
probably just
slowing ahead of
polished it
time.
off.
And I still slid halfway through the intersection. I'm like, well, might as well continue now.
Yep.
But
break.
there's nothing you can really do about it when it gets, well, M roads typically are done first, but I was taking a non-M road back road, and it's got horrible cross breeze from all the farms. But that's my fault. All right, here's those that wish us well.
All the rest can go to hell.
All right.
Time.